Chapter 7. Grayle. Today is Caden's grand opening, I thought, looking at my calendar. I don't want to be late, and I'll make another attempt at talking to him. Throwing clothes on the bed, I tried to decide what to wear. A suit? No way. A pair of jeans? Too casual. I can't decide, I murmured as I stared at the items. I shook my hands, trying to let the blood flow somewhere, because clearly lately it hadn't been flowing in the right direction, because I'd made a series of mistakes. My nerves have gotten the best of me, and all I could do was pace around the bedroom and look out the shutters at the cars passing. I finally stopped and turned to look at my parents' bedroom, now mine. I glanced at the bed with the new mattress, new furniture, new paint job, where just recently Caden had lain in my arms and I'd confessed that I loved him. And then my life came to a halt with the phone call and Caden confessing to me that he was only 22 for fuck's sake. A 22-year-old child. 25 was doable, but 22. What was I thinking? I should have known, but he was too cute to pass up, and he showed me more attention than I'd had from Austin. Was that all I needed, a little attention? I asked myself as I made a circle around the room, looking in one mirror after the next. Cole, what do you think? I think you made the wrong decision not to tell Caden about the arrangement you and Austin have recently concocted. He's mature enough to handle it, and wasn't he the one who said he'd wait for you? Cole asked. I wasn't asking him his opinion on the state of my relationships, but what he thought would be appropriate to wear to coffee, tea, and thee. I was pretty sure he knew, but it was more interesting to discuss Cade and Austin than what color shirt, or should I wear the faded jeans or slacks. Obviously, Cade didn't mean what he'd said. I tightened my jaw and exhaled, remembering him hugging that guy Bryan, and then patting him on the ass. I've decided to go with jeans, a light blue shirt, and a sports jacket. Who the fuck am I fooling? I'm a mature man and I should dress like one, I said to Cole, before tossing the faded jeans with holes in the knees for more traditional ones. Good choice. I wasn't in my 20s, I was a 30-something-year-old man who had let a boy fuck me, and now I was thinking about dressing like I was his age. Bitter wasn't the word for what I thought about myself, and how I'd viewed me before. Maybe it wasn't Caden making me feel that way, but my own disappointments by rationalizing that Caden was just a boy. I'd let Austin corral me into a bargain with him because I'd thought it was my last chance to have a child, and I didn't think Caden would want to be saddled down with an infant. I was thinking for him instead of asking him how he really felt. It might have been unwise on my part not to come out and tell him, but when I saw him hugging Bryan, and I couldn't see anything, and I readily jumped to conclusions without telling the guy that Caden was mine. I just walked away without fighting for who I wanted, and I wanted Cade, and it didn't matter now if he was young or old, I loved him. I should have made myself clear that I wasn't going anywhere, and I would be here when he was ready for me. Well, Cole thought what I did was asinine, and right now I was apt to believe him. Cole sat patiently on a small sofa in my room, waiting until I dressed. When I stepped out of the bathroom, he whistled. Holy fuck, what did you do to yourself? You look like a different man. I decided not to mope around anymore and be myself. I've been that man who was held down by my commitment to Austin and trying to keep my part of the bargain, where I couldn't tell where that man I once was began and ended. Once I was freed from my thinking about Austin because of the love offered me by Cade, I feel like a new man, a better man, I announced and took an even breath. Let's go, because after Caden sees you and he doesn't take notice, then I may have to run away with you. But then, Keys is so jealous, we wouldn't make it to the county line. We'd be in big trouble, and trust me, you don't want a reformed biker after you. There aren't enough places we can hide, he chuckled. I reached for my keys. Are we going together, or do you want to go in separate cars? I asked Cole. We can go together, Cole advised. You drive, Cole. I'm just too nervous. And I threw him my keys as we headed for the door. When the door opened, we stood on the front portico and looked around at the swing I had replaced, and new outdoor furniture, and then I heard a familiar voice in the dim light on the porch. "You're getting ready to make this place yours," Austin said as he glared at Cole, who stepped down the stairs. "Here, Grayle, I'll meet you there," Cole said, tossing me my keys and waving. "He doesn't like me, does he?" I didn't know what Austin wanted me to say. And if I'd gone into that, we would be here longer than I cared to stay and entertain him. "I'm on my way out. I promised a friend that I'd attend his grand opening," I added. "Can I go with you?" "I don't think that's a good idea. I didn't know you were coming. Next time you have to warn me because I might have something planned, like now." "I just wanted to ask if I could stay a night or two." "Sure. If you have to leave, let me know because I have the only key to the house, and Cole has the spare key." I turned to leave and Austin caught my arm. "Can we talk about everything?" "I don't want to talk. It's over and we married and you're going to bring the baby here. So what more do you and I have to say to each other? I'll file for a divorce as soon as all the paperwork is done, and you can have your rights to see my daughter." "Remember, she's my daughter too," Austin reminded me. "Are you going to pay half the support?" "I'm having a problem with finances now, and I can't afford to pay for that apartment in New York. I'm thinking about moving here to Nevermore, to be near my daughter." I looked at Austin and thought, what more do you want? Haven't you done enough? I thought I knew the answer to that.